about love and relationships. Let's have a good time with the missus. Let's talk about celebrities. Let's talk about current events. Let's talk about things you don't see on regular TV. So join in on PGT Time. PGT Time. Tune in on PGT Time. PGT Time. Come join us on PGT Time. PGT Time. Join us on PGT Time. Yeah.
I feel so sorry for her. I feel so sorry for her. Because I'm finna run her ass down tonight, baby. Hi. Hi, everybody. I'm the missus. The missus with the kisses. Mwah. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Nothing. Nothing at all. Well, since ain't nothing going on, how about this?
Let's talk about real life issues, love and relationships. Let's have a good time with the missus. Let's talk about celebrities. Let's talk about current events. Let's talk about things you don't see on regular TV. So join in on PGT Time. PGT Time. Tune in on PGT Time. PGT Time. Come join us on PGT Time. PGT Time. Join us on PGT Time. PGT Time. Yeah.
I feel so sorry for her. I feel so sorry for her. Because I'm finna run her ass down tonight, baby. Hey, I'm back. And welcome to Peachy News, baby. On Peachy Tea Time. Hey, I like that. I like how that sounds. But what's going on? Ain't nothing going on my way, y'all. Ain't nothing going on my way. It's been a rough day. Y'all say I done brought the fan out already. It's been a rough day today. Well, not too rough. I ain't gonna sit there and say that. Not too rough. But how y'all doing? Hey, Josie, girl. Hey, mama. What's going on, mama? Mama said, I'm watching. I know you are, baby. Now, I have a show for y'all tonight. I must say, I do have a show for y'all tonight. We're gonna get started with the talent. It might not be a lot of laughing tonight, y'all. I'm just gonna be honest. You know, there ain't gonna be no crying, but there ain't gonna be a lot of laughing. So we gonna go ahead. We're gonna get started. Tonight we're talking about teens that have been incarcerated, doing life, doing a certain amount of years in prison. So this show, I'm going to say for the very first time that if you would like for your child, your teenage child, to watch this show after I finish, because I want y'all to hear everything I got to say first. After I finish, I would suggest yes. I would definitely suggest yes. I would try and hold back on the cursing, on the explicit language. But I think a lot of teenage boys and young ladies need to watch this show. Now, the reason why I did this show was because we actually were supposed to have a special guest tonight. But unfortunately, he wasn't able to make it. He's going to join us next Friday with Jessica and my husband. But he actually has his own business, and he talks to young men, women, marriage. He's a marriage counselor too, all that. He does all that. But he really focused on young men and trying to get them in the right direction so that they won't end up like these people on these clips that I'm finna play tonight. Okay? So, with that being said, y'all know how we do. We always got to play our talents. Always. So, we're going to get into our talent for the night. My motivation for tonight is geared towards teenagers, something for them to hear and listen to. So, once again, I'm going to try my best to watch this whole explicit language stuff and make sure that I don't do too much cursing on here. Just in case you may have one of those troubled teens and you feel like, hey, they need to definitely watch this. Okay? So here we go. Let's get started with our talent, baby. Miss Anaya Lamus. Yes, here she is.
I'm ready to be stained. You know not to pay no mind. Ignores me when I throw my fits. I do it all the time. But boy, you're mine. You handle me just fine. He puts that act right on me, then it gets me back in line. Yeah. Plus I'm too clever to fuck with a basic fella, and we got so much history to not be on that level. Yeah. I just don't get it. You love me but won't admit it, and you're more than a snack, my baby. You're my whole kitchen. Yeah. And it's even better how you get the thing wetter. How I be in those positions when I'm mad, I be forgetting. Yeah, ready when you ready. I see there's no need to hurry. Your mama and sister love me. Now I'm working on your daddy. Yeah, boy, I'm in your family, so don't act like you can't stand me. Just slid up in their hearts just like your meat slid in this sandwich. Yeah, love ain't aggressive. I write it, you get the message. Boy, when I'm fucking with you, boo, I'd rather not use protection. Ooh.
Now, I ain't say she wasn't gonna cuss. I ain't say that. And I also didn't say I was gonna bring my drink. So, with that being said, we gonna go ahead. We gonna get started. Anybody that would like to call in, here's the call-in number. Again, this is very important. This is an important show, y'all. You know, because I ain't gonna do too many of these. I'm being honest. You know, because I talk about other stuff. I do news broadcasts, but y'all know I deal with the crime stuff. You know what I'm saying? And this is crime stuff too. But the stuff that I'm finna show y'all tonight is so touching. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm literally going to show y'all some of the children, the teens, how they reacted during their sentencing. And when I tell you, my heart went out to them. But when you find out what they did, you know, you're gonna find out what they did. It's hard to feel sorry for them. But then again, you be like, oh my gosh, you know, they didn't understand that they was gonna get this much time. Because of course they thought they weren't gonna get caught. You know? But to each his own. We just have to try our best to do right by these kids, take care of these kids that we bring into this world. It always starts within the home. You know, I always say that. So we're gonna get started. I see you in the building, Audra. What it do, girl? So we're gonna get started right now. And I really hope you guys enjoy the show. And I really hope that you're able to show this video to somebody, whether it's your child, your niece, your nephew, somebody. Okay. And like I said, this video is going to be leading up to next Friday for our special guest, Drew. And he gonna be putting it down, y'all. He gonna be putting it down. So here go the first clip. And this was a home invasion. You know, in these situations, you try to wonder, you know, did they give the kids too much time? You know? So let's get started. Here we go.
3 men convicted of home invasion will likely never walk outside of prison again. Good evening. I'm Anne-Marie Tiernan.
And I'm John Stair. The people they victimized spoke in court before the judge imposed his sentence, saying that the men terrorized the family unnecessarily. Eyewitness News crime bureau reporter Steve Jefferson was in the courtroom, and he spoke with the victim about the sentence.
Judge Mark Stoner is a no-nonsense judge who told the suspects in court today the way they treated the family was uncalled for. The family spoke up before sentencing, wanting the judge to know the nightmare they now live. This walk to court is one of the last for 3 men convicted in a violent 2013 home invasion. In court, the victim spoke up to let the judge know the terror and impact on his family.
I mean, I think it was important just for the judge to see our side of the story and to see how it affected our lives and what it's done to us as he sat down to make the decisions.
Prosecutors say in 2013, the trio forced their way into Nowak's home, beat and threatened his family, forced them to the ATM, stole their electronics, and made off with the family vehicles, something the victims say no other family should ever experience.
It's been a long process that we've been having to deal with this. Obviously, with the severity of the crimes, it's affected our life tremendously, but again, we're just happy to move on.
Judge Mark Stoner ordered Adrian Anthony and Michael Pugh to both serve 88 years each at the Department of Corrections. Their co-defendant, Taiwan Lundy, will do 72 years. Prosecutors pushed for a sentence that would guarantee the trio would never commit the same crime again.
But it went on for hours. I mean, what these two individuals, Mr. Nowak and his wife, Brittany, is just unfathomable.
Although tried and sentenced together, the judge wants the trio separated in prison, saying they are less likely to be a danger behind bars, a danger their victims no longer fear.
I mean, I think it sets an example for anybody else who's thinking about doing anything like this, that there are repercussions for your actions.
Even with the stiff sentences, all three plan to appeal. Reporting downtown, I'm Steve Jefferson. Back to you.
All right, y'all. Now, I do feel that they gave them too much time. But at the same time, the way they little bus was laughing, I'm trying to watch out on my cussing tonight. Just in case y'all want to bring your little kids on here to watch this show tonight or after the show to make sure I don't do too much cussing. I understand. I completely understand. But at the same time, by the way they laughing and kikiing while they on their way to trial, how you feel sorry for them? I mean, it's hard to feel sorry for them, but as an adult and know how the system works, I can't help but to say they gave them a lot of time. They didn't kill anybody. They did beat them up, which was wrong. I'm not saying it was right. I'm not saying anything that they did was right. But 88 years? And then the last one, life? Really? And this man able to walk just fine? Wife just fine? Baby just fine? I mean, they probably traumatized. Probably traumatized for life, But hey, I'm just saying. That's just my personal opinion. So we're going to go ahead, because like I said, I ain't going to hold y'all, because we got some clips to show y'all. What I'm going to do is going to be a clip of a news broadcast, and it's going to be a clip of a reaction of some of the kids why they are incarcerated. I mean, the reason why they're getting locked up, basically. So I'm going to bring up the next one. And let me see. Here it is. Sorry. Okay, here's one of them. And here we go.
Term of 3 years, which is the minimum on count one of that. As to count two in that case, felonious assault, a felony of the second degree, it is ordered that the defendant shall serve a term of 2 years in prison on that count. As to count three of that case, the robbery, which is also a felony of the second degree, the court orders that the defendant shall serve a term of 2 years on that count as well.
The court orders that the defendant shall serve a term of 2 years on that count as well.
They had to play that in slow motion, as y'all can see. But he just fell out. I mean, he was just in shock. But what he did was he kidnapped somebody. He kidnapped his girlfriend. And he got 3 years. He ended up doing 3 years. He was a basketball player in school. He tried to get out and try out for the NBA. And they said deuces. No. You can't do wrong and think that everything's going to be okay just because you just got out of prison, may I add. It don't work like that, little boy. It don't work like that. So once again, like I said, we're going to go ahead. We're going to keep it moving. These are very small clips tonight, y'all. Very small clips. So the next one is going to be a news broadcast. So here we go. Let me see if I can. All this stuff it got all mixed up in here, y'all. I do apologize. But let me hit my mute button.
Smith shot him twice, then fired at Whitney Lash as she ran away with her baby.
Last hour, we have gone through more of our interview with victims of a home invasion. 4 teenage suspects shot the father as he was trying to protect his wife and young children. And today, the home invaders learned their punishment. Channel 2's Richard Elliott live at the Fulton County Courthouse with how their victim believed justice was done.
You remember this home invasion from last summer. A Northwest Atlanta man tried to protect his family by blocking the front door against 4 teenagers. One of them shot him twice in the legs. Well, today, that gunman and the 3 other teens admitted they did it. 3 teenagers, the oldest 16, the youngest just 15, admitted to a judge they were involved in the violent home invasion that left Mike Lash critically wounded. Taquan Sutton, Vashon Smith, and Quindara Slade are all charged as adults. But since they did not fire the shots, the judge gave each of them 18 years, 10 to serve. Mike Lash, still recovering from the gunshot wounds to his legs, hopes the other young men will see those sentences and learn from them.
It's a warning, you know, it's a warning that these aren't just words, that if you do these things, there's consequences to those actions.
Back in August 2015, the teens, led by Brandon Smith, busted into the Lash's Northwest Atlanta home. Mike tried to protect his family by blocking the door. Smith shot him twice, then fired at Whitney Lash as she ran away with her baby. Thursday, Smith admitted he fired the shots.
We trust the court system, you know. We get a chance to forgive them in our hearts, and we have a court system that, you know, does what they do so that justice is served.
As the Lashes left the courthouse, Whitney told me they hold no bitterness in their hearts, especially since the teens apologized in court.
We definitely don't, and that meant a lot to us. And it's just a sad day for everybody. It's sad for us. It's sad for them. It's sad for the boys.
The judge gave Brandon Smith life plus 25 years. At some point in the distant future, he will be eligible for parole. We're live in downtown Atlanta. Richard Elliott, Channel 2 Action News.
See, that right there. You know, he the one that's walking good. That's who I was talking about on the other one. He's the one that's walking good. And one of the guys got life. The one that fired the shot. You know, but my thing is this. You did the crime. You did the crime. And you just don't know what the consequences going to be. You just don't know. And unfortunately, there's nothing mama can do. Mama can't do nothing at this point. You know, once you're gone, you're gone. And y'all going to see that in the show. That mama, you know how us mamas is. We don't want to see our babies go. We want to be able to see our kids every day. If we can. If they don't get on our nerves. Oh, y'all, my lips ain't popping. They ain't popping. Put my gloss on. Now, this ain't Peachy Kisses. Peachy Kisses on the way. It's on the way. Don't worry. It is on the way. And I can't wait for y'all to see it, baby, because it is okay. This is for the kids, I forgot. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get back started. Because we want to make sure these kids watch this. I really, really do. So, I'm not going to do too much talking. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. So, here we go. And this is another reaction. Not that particular guy, but another reaction of how the children act when they get sentenced. So, here we go.
Today in LA Superior Court, Spencer begged for mercy from Judge Edmund Clark Jr. before sentencing.
I'm sorry for what happened, Your Honor, but he's life in prison. And I'm not a bad person, but I made mistakes. But I'm not just some gangbanger that she tried to portray me as.
During sentencing, Spencer completely broke down.
The minimum period of parole eligibility is 15 years plus 25 years of life in accordance with Penal Code Section 12022 3D, this is to be concurrent with the school term.
Now, with more security, do students feel safer?
I definitely do feel safe, especially since like after 9 p.m. you have to show your ID and everything.
And I wasn't here to witness the shooting. I'm just a freshman, but I don't know, never felt unsafe here.
I feel very safe. I've actually been here on campus. This is my 34th year.
It's an incredibly emotional day in court. When the judge handed down that sentence to Jaleel Smith Riley, he became very emotional, even collapsing at one point. But the families of those victims tell us this is way too little, too late.
Four defendants serve a term of life without parole. As to count 4 for the offense of attempted murder.
This reaction from a confessed killer was the last in a series of intense moments in this Hamilton County courtroom, and exactly what the victims' families asked for.
I have to deal with life without Portia, so he should deal with life without parole.
With his request to withdraw his guilty plea denied and death penalty off the table, the families of Portia Brooks and Aaron Martin pleaded with Judge Charles Kubicki to hand down the maximum sentence. Smith Riley's family begged for a shorter one. With no criminal record outside of that night, they believed he had the capacity to be rehabilitated.
In case 562027.
Yeah, he just passed out. He was like, what? Yeah, what? You know what I'm saying? You don't know the consequences. And once again, that's the bad thing about it. You just don't know what your consequence is going to be. But they go out and they do these things and they just don't know. I mean, I don't know how to explain it. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't never been in no situation like this before. And I don't want to. And I'm an adult. So I could just imagine how these kids feel. So we're going to go into another reaction, okay? Here we go.
A burn pattern that goes from underneath that child towards the door of the bedroom. That is caused by likely something. It's a significant burn pattern as he described it. It could have been alcohol, it could have been something else that gets consumed by the fire, but a significant burn pattern out of control. That's an extreme recklessness, and that's intent. That's maliciousness. That's a definition of malice. As you walk away from the fire that you just lit in another room with a small baby, walk into the front room like that fire, and then leave the residence standing outside watching it burn, till it becomes too much.
So therefore, I am going to find that there is probable cause to charge the individual with the found over for General Sessions Court for no charge.
He was hurt, y'all. He was hurt. But as you see, they don't discriminate. Well, they're not discriminating this day. This day, we'll say that. They're not discriminating this day. You know, they can get it too. The white folks can get it too. They can get it too now. It's a sad situation. It's so sad. But y'all know, like I said, we're going to keep it moving. Just in case we got some kids that's going to be watching this. I don't want to hold them up. I want them to see this stuff. I want them to continue to watch it. I don't want them to get bored. So we're going to keep it moving. Here we go.
But blaming the victim helped him with the judge, but he did it anyway.
Why would he do that to me? I didn't even know him.
Facing decades in prison, Teddy Baltimore Smith passed on apologizing to the family of the man he killed for spitting. Instead, he chose to blame the victim for provoking him.
Well, he pulled up on me and he spit on me. You know what I'm saying? After I asked him, please not to do that. I don't know how come he did that.
In August, a jury convicted Smith of killing Gilbert Cerna for spitting out of a truck window. At his sentencing today, Smith spent about 15 minutes retrying this case and going over details of the crime. Eventually, the victim's sister stopped listening and walked away. Earlier, the prosecutor read a statement she had written for the judge.
Because of you, my family and I will never share precious moments together. Nothing you receive will ever bring him back to us. Because of you, There will always be a big part of my heart missing.
Prosecutors say last May, Cerna was a passenger in this utility truck when he spat out the window and it landed on Smith's black BMW. Jeffrey Hunter, who was driving Cerna, remembers Smith confronting Cerna. The two argued, and then Smith returned with a knife.
When he stuck him with the knife, he had his hand up on the truck, holding it, resting with his right hand. You know how you lean up on something and doing it like that.
It didn't take long for a jury to convict Teddy Baltimore Smith. Now prosecutors were asking for the judge to lock him up for up to 25 years. The judge gave him 28. Smith had the last word. Again, he was sentenced to 28 years in prison. He has 30 days, Kelly, to appeal that sentence. Back to you.
All because somebody spit on his car, y'all. All because that man spit on his car. And it caused them to argue. It caused them to argue. And when they got to arguing, boom, he just snapped and stabbed him. Your life ain't worth it. That's how I think. You don't feel like your life is worth it at all? Come on. You have to want better for your life. Parents, we have to try to teach and install in our kids how precious their life is. You could have walked away. You could have easily walked away. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to get into this next clip. This person, these were a lot of carjackings tonight. I guess that's what a lot of the kids are doing. I don't know. And a lot of these clips is old. A lot of these are old clips. I want to add that too. So we're finna go ahead. We're finna get into the next one. This person, they was sentenced to 28 years. So here we go.
A young father carjacked and killed earlier this year. His family says he had his whole life ahead of him.
It was an emotional day in court. His family testified and listened as the young man responsible for the deadly carjacking received his sentence.
7 Action News reporter Tara Edwards was in the courtroom as it all unfolded.
You don't show any remorse or that you even take this seriously.
Sitting in court looking unfazed by what was happening, 19-year-old Jeffrey Williams was sentenced to a minimum of 28 years for second-degree murder for killing Eugene Landian Jr. The 20-year-old father was shot, robbed, and carjacked at a Sunoco gas station on Detroit's west side. Today, the victim's cousin read a statement from his mother.
What I don't understand is why you are not doing life without parole. You don't deserve a second chance. My son cannot have a second chance at life. You stood on the side of the gas station and waited for my son to come out to rob him for his car, his wallet, and whatever else that you can get. When he refused, you shot him.
Eugene's family says he was a good guy and enjoyed fixing up vintage cars. He had one son and a daughter on the way. His pregnant girlfriend also spoke to his killer. Eugene was shot and killed right in front of her.
I just want you to think about what you did. Me having to sit there and hold him while he's on the ground dying. I'm pretty sure you never had to experience that with nobody that you loved or cared for.
Williams had nothing to say in court. His attorney said Williams was affiliated with the Rich Boys Mafia, but not a member. At the time of the murder, he stole Eugene's 1978 El Camino after killing Eugene.
Absolutely tragic situation that did not need to happen. Before you was a 19-year-old boy who had his life ahead of him, much like the complaining witness and deceased in this case. Lives were absolutely shattered that day. And I pray for both families that they can find closure and forgiveness in their hearts.
You are a scrub of the earth. I hope your rots in prison. Enjoy your new home. I hope every night that you go to sleep, that you wake up with a nightmare that you have caused our family.
Tara Edwards, 7 Action News.
Y'all, the families be hurt. They be so hurt. And I think that's what a lot of people don't realize, these young people especially. how much they're hurting the family members behind this. I mean, it's just sad. Completely sad. The mama couldn't even go up there and read what she wrote herself. She couldn't do it. Somebody else had to read it for her. I don't know, y'all. We gotta get these folks together. Yes, that's a little girl y'all see. Yes, I had to bring a little girl up here, y'all. And there's plenty of them. There's plenty of them out there. It ain't just these young boys. These girls is out here too. I know y'all saw that show, For My Man. Somebody have seen it. This is one of those situations for My Man. So shout out to this station that did, I can't remember who it was, Mad something. But shout out to them for putting this together. I chose this one because it's very detailed. So I want you guys to see it, and this is how the reaction of a teen getting sentenced and her mother is there. This ain't good, y'all. Here we go.
Andrea Cook. Perhaps more impactful than this teen's reaction is her mother's clearly broken heart after hearing her sentence. This young teen was sentenced to 20 years after a carjacking went awry. Keandra tricked a 27-year-old Palm Coast man to meet her to supposedly sell her drugs. The man showed up with a friend, and they moved to where Cook's boyfriend attempted to rob the men, shooting them in the process and wounding one of the men. As the teen stands in front of the judge weeping, her mother collapses, hearing that her baby daughter, just old enough to vote, will be behind bars for longer than she's been alive. Number 6, Anthony Allen.
For my man. That's what that, you might as well say that's what that was. So she done helped set somebody up to get robbed. And you thought you weren't gonna get no time? You thought you weren't gonna get no time, little girl? The mama done fell out. Mama, you thought she wasn't gonna get no time? When she helped set it up? If she wouldn't have never brought the man, she would have never brought the man to the site of where they was trying to rob him. That means this wouldn't have never happened. Sad, sad, sad. I mean, I cannot express that enough how sad this is. Now, I'm going to go ahead and play a quick commercial right quick. This last two, I really, 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 really want y'all to pay attention to this. Really pay attention to this, okay? It's very, very, these two guys was very young. They were 13. The next two people I'm finna show you. They both are 13. It's two different clips. And they were blessed. I'm gonna say that. They were blessed. So here go our commercials.
It's your boy Cam, and I'm here with the missus on Peachy Tea Time on the Hits 92.3.
Yeah! All right, and we're back. And once again, please, 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 if you have not subscribed to my YouTube page, please subscribe to my YouTube page under Peachy Tea Time. Time is spelled with a Y. Peachy space Tea space time. Okay? It's not all one word. Also, please follow me on IG. Hey, IG, y'all. I know y'all out there, baby. I know y'all out there. Hey, booze. Unfortunately, with the new way that I have everything set up, I'm not able to see their comments, unfortunately. But it's okay because they're able to see all the videos and clips instead of just looking at me. Okay? Even though y'all know y'all would love to just look at me. I get it. I know. But also follow me. Well, not follow me. Oh no, not follow me. Download. It's 92.3. The real definition of internet radio, baby. Yes. ATL. And I have a special guest on Saturday. I'm so excited about our special guest on Saturday. I've been waiting on this gentleman to come on with me for a while now. I will try my best and hold back my tears when he comes because he really inspired me to do Peachy Tea Time. He was right there with me when I was on my other platform, and I met him through Station Head. And when I tell you this guy, he's an actor, he is a director, he is a writer, he is a artist, he's a rapper. The list goes on. He owns a lot of Airbnbs. I mean, he is doing his thing. He has wrote, produced, and directed his own movie before. I mean, y'all, he does his thing. I'm so proud of him. And I just cannot wait to get him on Peachy Tea Time. He was a guest on my previous platform when he dropped his album. So a lot of you guys know him from there. And I get him all to myself now. Peachy Tea Time, baby. His 92.3. When I tell y'all we gonna turn up, we gonna turn up. Okay? So you got to make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube page. Okay? Because it's a possibility. I'm still deciding, but it's a possibility that I will not stream from Facebook on Saturday. Listen to me closely. I may not stream on Facebook on Saturday. It might just be IG and YouTube because of his music. Okay? His music is copywritten, so it may block on Facebook, but it definitely won't block on YouTube and on IG. So I really hope that y'all come and tune in, because baby, when I tell y'all we're going to turn up, we're going to have a good time. Oh my gosh, we're going to have a good time. And when I tell y'all he got so much energy, oh my gosh. His name is Brandon Thaxton, but everybody call him Energy God because he promotes positive energy. And all I'm going to tell y'all, if you miss it, you're going to miss a good show. Because I promise you, you're going to be able to take something home with you. Okay? Because he is everything. He is everything when it comes down to positive motivation. So make sure y'all tune in Saturday, 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern, 2 o'clock p.m. Central Time, and 12 o'clock noon Pacific. Make sure you tune in. All right. Now we finna go ahead. We're going to get into our last two clips for the night because, like I said, I didn't want to hold y'all for the simple fact that I want to make sure that people have their children watch these videos, okay? So here we go. This is the first one. Hold on, here it is right here. And both of these gentlemen, you're going to see 3 clips first, 2 clips, and some pictures. And then the next one after that is he's 13 just as well. So here we go.
An all-out melee breaking out in court. The youngest person ever convicted of murder in Kent County now knows his sentence. 13-year-old Keyshawn Mann appeared in court today, and chaos erupted. 24-Hour News 8's Ken Kolker was there and joins us from the live desk with more on this. Ken?
Yes, Brian, the words of a mother sparked that chaos as she tried to explain to a judge why her son shot and killed her live-in boyfriend.
This is a child. Yes, he may have committed an adult crime.
The judge was about to sentence her son, Keyshawn Mann, for second-degree murder.
But obviously, after it all comes out, he was treated in ways that I had no clue of. So we can't say that, oh, he was never mistreated. He was never mistreated. No.
Her boyfriend, she says, may have been abusing her son. That angered relatives of the victim, Jermel Stokes, leading to a scuffle. Deputies wrestled Keyshawn Mann's uncle to the floor and handcuffed him before restoring order. Mann has admitted walking up behind Stokes and shooting him in the back of the head in January at the family's Kentwood home. After his arrest, Mann told a therapist that Stokes had abused him and his mother. It's the only way his family can explain why a child with no criminal record would do what he did.
Oh, that was his only way out. He didn't know no other way out. He was a young 13-year-old kid. He just turned 13. That's his only. He didn't know anything else to do.
Police and prosecutors say they found no evidence to support the abuse claim. They have found no motive. Relatives of the victim don't believe he abused anyone.
If there was any abuse, didn't nobody know it. And that kind of secret do not stay in a closet like that.
It was Jose Moore who reacted angrily to the abuse claims in the courtroom today, leading to the scuffle.
I couldn't help myself. I couldn't take it no more. I'm hurting bad enough as it is, and then not to express yourself when you're hearing things that's not correct.
And it was Mann's uncle, Chris Mann, on the other side of the courtroom, who was rustled to the floor. Deputies released him without charges.
The one I was trying to show a scene and, disrespect the court or anything, though, but I'm going through a lot too. And I was just being there for my sister and my nephew. So that's why I kind of reacted like the way I did.
Judge Daniel Zamaita sentenced Mann to a juvenile facility until his 21st birthday. The judge then would decide whether to set him free or send him to an adult prison. Back to you.
All right, y'all. Now that was an old clip, okay? So I thought about it and I'm like, well, I'm sure my Peaches is going to want to know. Peaches and Mr. Peaches. They want to know what happened. Did the boy get out when he turned 21? Well, let's see. We got 2 clips. Here we go.
Convicted killers in Kent County history, Keyshawn Mann is about to turn 21 and could be released at that time.
Now, tomorrow he'll be in court where a judge will review the progress he's made in juvenile detention so far.
24-hour News 8's Leon Hendricks is here now with a look at that story. Leon.
Susan and Marley, good evening. Keyshawn Mann was 13 years old when he shot and killed his mother's boyfriend. But since then, all accounts point to progress for the young man, and even the victim's family is open to his potential release. It was February 2010, a murder investigation at a Kentwood home. The circumstances all but normal once the suspect was named, a boy, 13 years old. At the time, Keyshawn Mann was the youngest ever to be charged with murder in Kent County. The shooting, his loved one said, was a result of the victim's actions. They claimed he and his mother had been abused at the hand of the victim and that the shooting was Keyshawn's way out. Jermel Stokes was 35 years old. Keyshawn pleaded guilty to the crime months after the shooting, sentenced to juvenile detention until he's 21, at which time the case would be reviewed. A judge could send him to prison or set him free. That day is drawing closer with Mann's 21st birthday this December, drawing near.
It affects our whole family all the time.
Sure. Well, it seems like when you take a step forward, it's always 2 steps you got to go back.
Stokes' mother died in 2013. The family believes the stress of what happened played a role. They still have questions.
I would like to know where his head is, where he's going, and again, still, why?
Right.
But when it comes to the possibility that Mann could soon be released, they're open to the idea.
I would like to see him do the best.
They say they still love the boy, now Mann, who shot the nephew they loved dearly.
And that's what part of unconditional love is. You don't give up. You keep trying to help them,
Tomorrow's hearing, no final determinations will be made. That will be a hearing where they just check on his progress. But the prosecutor I spoke with today says she has heard no news regarding any problems since Mann has been in custody.
All right, y'all. All right. So they was months away from December because they was going to give him till December on his birthday. He was 20. He'll be 21 in December on that day. Because like I said, this is old videos. This was in Kent County, which is Grand Rapids, Michigan. And he was incarcerated and went to a juvenile detention from 13 to 21. And if the judge decides to let him out, he'll walk free. But if not, then he will go to the adult prison. So, let me show y'all this. This is him, y'all. Convicted murderer gets second chance as he is released on his 21st birthday. God is good. God is good. That's all I can say. This is him now. Now, y'all saw the videos of how he looked it when he was young, 13 years old. This is how he looks now. I'm not going to read everything because I believe that the news broadcast gave enough information. So that's it. Oh, no. There goes some more. That's him giving hugs. Get his balloons. That's when he came out because he still got the cuffs on. And that's his mom. Y'all saw the mom. She had the white shirt on, white jacket, whatever the thing was. She had that on. This is him. This is him kissing his sister. She's 1 year old. Her name is Kaya. So his mama done been pregnant and everything, baby. Look at there. Look at there. And this is what he looked like. And that's his mama right there. When they got the fighting inside the courtroom. This is that scene. And he turned around and looked to see what was going on. Yep. So that's him then. And this is him now. This is him now, 7 years later. You know, but God blessed him to where he was able to see to get out. Everybody don't get this second chance, y'all. Children, kids, teenagers, if you're watching, everybody don't get a second chance. So don't think you're going to get a second chance if you do something that you're not supposed to do. All circumstances are different. All of them are different. And this little boy was blessed because they had no proof of nothing that this boy had been beat or abused. Nothing at all. Mama said she ain't never seen it happen. So, thank God that he was able to get out. That's all I can say. Thank God he was able to get out. So now we finna move on to the last clip for the night. It's two of them. And then we're going to get into our motivation. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go.
Is 13 years old now. He was sentenced to a juvenile facility, but once he turns 21, the judge will determine whether or not he's been rehabilitated, and then he could be a free man. It is not what Steve Babcock and his family wanted to hear the judge say about DeMarco Harris.
If DeMarco has successfully complied with all the terms of his probation by the 21st birthday, he will be released from the court's jurisdiction.
When the sentence was handed down, tension filled the courtroom, and some of Trisha's loved ones left in disbelief.
This is a joke. He has an opportunity to walk free at 21, which doesn't set well with me or any of my family members. What kind of an example is this setting to the youth in the city of Detroit? And now you know why they're dealing with the crime and the violence that they're dealing with every day in the city of Detroit.
DeMarco Harris is 13 years old now, but he was 12 last August when he shot and killed Trisha Babcock in Detroit while trying to rob her. Prior to his sentencing, DeMarco faced her family.
I ask for forgiveness. I'm asking for forgiveness right now. Y'all ain't gonna forgive me. There's too much I can say. Sorry for what happened to one of y'all family.
But for the Babcocks, DeMarco Harris's sentence is nothing compared to their sentence, life without Trisha.
I'm never going to be able to give my daughter away on her wedding date. I'm never going to be able to hold her grandbaby. You took my bloodline. You took my little girl, Trisha. And people mention all the time in this court and the murder trials about a child. What about my child? What about Trisha, who was only 24 years old?
If my son go to jail to 21 or for the rest of his life, I know that will never, ever heal the hurt in your heart, heal the pain. I pray to God give y'all forgiveness for my son and pray that y'all forgive me because I'm the parent. Blame me. Blame me. Blame me.
He took our granddaughter's life. She doesn't have a life anymore. He may have a life when he's 21. I think it's totally wrong. I'm sorry. I do.
Back here live after court today, Trisha's grandmother went on to say that she also feels deeply for DeMarco's mother because she says she too has lost a child. The Babcocks, meantime, say they will see this through. They will continue to come to court and they will be here when DeMarco Harris turns 21. Reporting live in downtown Detroit, Anu Prakash, Channel 7 Action News.
Wow. That was in Detroit, still in Michigan. I think they both had points in this video. The white people and the black people. Just gonna say it. I'm just gonna call it like it is, y'all. Y'all know how I am. Just gonna call it like it is. The white folks and the black folks. I think the white people, they had a point, you know. Chicago mayor. I mean, not the mayor, the superintendent. He mentioned that. You know, that these crimes that these kids are committing, they're not being prosecuted long. They're not being stuck in jail or going to prison for these things. They're getting let right back out again. And then they turn around and do the crime again. But at the same time, this little boy was only 12. 12 years old. 13 when he got sentenced. And again, he got sentenced to detention center. Juvenile detention center. Until he turned 21, they're going to revisit it and see if he could get released. But the white folks wasn't happy. They never are, but that's a whole nother story. But they wasn't happy. So let's get into this last clip. And this is still with DeMarco. And here we go. Here we go. Look at DeMarco, y'all. Look at him. Can y'all? I know y'all can see him. This is him when he was 13. And this is him. I'm not going to tell you what age. I'm going to let them tell you. All I'm going to say is God is good. Here we go.
Convicted killer will walk free on his 21st birthday next week after spending 7 years in juvenile detention.
DeMarco Harris was sentenced to murder at the age of 12 for killing a woman during a botched robbery attempt in 2009. 7 Action News reporter Nia Harden leads us off tonight live in Detroit. Nia, why are they letting him go?
Well, you know what? They said that he has met all of the requirements that he's supposed to within the last couple of years. And they say they had no option but to release him.
His lordship is now terminated.
After serving 7 years, DeMarco Harris is getting a second chance.
It's really a no-win situation, you know. Thank God. It's been a long journey.
In 2009, Harris was 12 when his gun went off during an attempted robbery. Harris killed Trisha Babcock. Her father, Steve, stood before the courtroom just like he did 7 years ago, asking the judge to give Harris more time.
My daughter deserves justice. My life will not return me to the life as I knew it. While my child lived, that life is forever gone. I miss her voice, her smile, her laughter, her joy. I miss her saying, "I love you, Daddy."
Harris read a letter to the courtroom addressing Babcock's family.
Remorse for the life of Trisha Babcock, a life lost. I am truly apologetic. I feel that I am a prime example of what rehabilitation looks like and absolutely deserve a second chance in society.
After several witnesses, the judge ruled Harris fulfilled his rehabilitation requirements and did not seem to be a threat to society.
He took a life, and I think that he should have a lot more to be in prison more than what he has.
I know how it feels to lose a loved one. You know, it's never going to be okay. You know, that takes time to heal. You know, so I feel sorry for them. I really do.
Now, Monday is DeMarco's 21st birthday. That's the day he will be set free. We asked his family what they plan to do. They said that they just want to make up for all the lost time, that it's been a long road. Now, the judge did remind DeMarco that this case stays on his record for the rest of his life. So that means if anything else happens, he'll go straight to prison. Nia Harden, 7 Action News.
Is that fair? Is that fair? He did his time. You know, that's why a lot of black men end up right back in the system, because they put that on their record. You do anything wrong, you got to come back. Unless you got a lot of money. You know, money talks, baby. Money talks. I will say that. But going back, because that's a whole nother story too. Going back, I think they made the right decision. I do. I think they made the right decision. I would love to reach out to these young men and have them on Peachy News one day in the future. I have not reached out to them yet. I don't know if that's what I want to do, to be honest. You know, that had to been very, 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 very hard for them, for the parents, and all. Gretchen said, I don't think 8 years would be enough for me. I'm sorry. Gretchen, I understand. You know, the thing is, that didn't happen to me and my family. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us, including myself, we look at all the things that us black people have been through. And I'm just keeping it 100. I'm just keeping it 100. We look at all the stuff that our black men has been through, black women have been through too. So when we see at least something that they was able to, you know, not be charged like those other guys did in the beginning of the show, got 88 years and nobody died. You know, stuff like that. Life sentence, but nobody died. That don't make sense to me. Now, as far as what you're saying, Gretchen, 8 years, that may not be enough for you. I get it. But at the same time, this little boy was 12 years old. Now, did he know what he was doing when he did it? Yeah, I'm sure he did. I'm sure he knew he was finna go up there and kill her. Or he could have been under the impression, I'm just gonna rob her. I don't mean to kill her. I just want to rob her. That's all. And then boom. This is the things that happens. But at the age of 12 years old, rehabilitation is definitely necessary and it could work. Them kids that he probably was running with, they even might be in jail or prison right now. They may be dead right now. Their parents may have decided, I'm finna move y'all to another environment. He could have went in and really changed his life. And that's why you have experts. This is why you have the experts that go in, sit with him, talk with him, and make sure. Because I'm telling you now, can't no 21-year-old out-slick me, baby. Can't out-slick me. Can't no 12-year-old out-slick me either. So apparently, I just look at it as in they did their job. They did their job. They reviewed everything. And this boy deserved to go. And that's how I feel. You know, he been in there since he was 12 years old. He got out at 21. I don't feel like he should have left from there unless the experts felt that he has no remorse or he's a threat to the society still. But as far as me, yes, I feel like he should be set free. Give him another chance. But like they said, you got one time to mess up, baby. You out of there. You gone. And I pray that he makes it. I pray that the other man makes it. And he killed his mama boyfriend and said he was getting abused. And nobody had proof that he was getting abused. And he got out. But the thing is, the family of the victim is black. They get it. He was young. We all do a lot of stuff when we're young. Now, we ain't going killing nobody when we're young. You know what I'm saying? We ain't killing, you know? And then it's the environments just as well. It's the environments that a lot of us parents put our kids in because we can't afford to get them out of that environment, or because you just don't want to leave. So mama said it doesn't matter how many years to give this boy, it will never bring the person back. Thank God he got a second chance. Exactly. It won't bring the person back. Even if he got 50 years to life, it still would never bring back the person that died. But this young man got an opportunity and a chance to go and make something of himself. I'm sure he probably was remorseful. 12 years old, I'm sure he was remorseful. You know? But y'all, I thank y'all so much for joining me tonight. I know y'all like, whoa, this quick tonight. I told y'all I was trying to make sure that these young folks can see this. You know what I'm saying? Now, just because I feel like this boy should have got out, that don't mean every 12-year-old should go and kill somebody because you think you're going to get out at 21. No. Every circumstance is different. Every situation is different. Every situation. So we're going to go ahead and get into our motivation. Like I said, this motivation is for a lot of teens in case they watch the show. I want to make sure that they get motivated just as well. So this is by Jeremy Anderson. And here we go, y'all.
Listen to me, y'all. I had a teacher in 8th grade tell me I wasn't high school material. And I believe that. They actually set my mom down and was like, yo, your son not even gonna make it, so you should just go ahead and like wrap it up. Like I can't legally leave him behind again, but I think you should probably go ahead and just sign him up for this special ed course. My mom was like, nope. And you know what I did? I went into the 9th grade with that mentality. And I failed. I got kicked out of one high school. Then I went to another high school and said, okay, I'm gonna try my 9th grade year one more time. Failed out of that one. Went to the third. I went to 3 different schools just to get my act together in the 9th grade. And I said, man, I'm proving all these people right who don't believe in me. And my mama and the few people who do believe in me, I'm proving them wrong. Like, let me stop playing my people. Because when I play my people, I'm playing myself. And so some of y'all, you think it's cool to disrupt class. Man, you playing yourself and you playing your people. Because there's people back in the day that got burnt and beat and spit on and dog sick and water hose to get an equal education. And we come to school looking how we look, all clean and fresh, and we think it's a game, but people died for this. So I'm at a place in life now, I'm like, yo, I ain't trying to take back, I'm trying to give back now. Listen to me, y'all. And I started to grow level by level by level by level. And after I finally got my act together in high school, I took summer school courses. Some of y'all about to put the work in. I took summer school, I took night courses, you know what I'm saying? I graduated on time from high school, and I said, shoot, if I could do high school, maybe it's something to this college thing. Let me tell y'all something right now. You going to college. Like, there ain't no if or, don't worry about fast for student loans. You going to college. But you got a program inside your brain, now you're going. Like, there can't be no doubt. And so for me, I said, bump it. If I could do high school, shoot, I'm going to college. I did college, got that bachelor's degree in social work. I said, well, shoot, if I could get my bachelor's, maybe I could get my master's. If I could write 1 book, maybe I could write 2 books, then 3 books, then 4 books. Listen to me, there ain't nothing you can't do. And just because your parents might not have planned for you, there is a plan for your life, my friends. But what you gotta know is that you deserve it. The problem with most people is they feel like, man, I don't really deserve it. You know, I made some mistakes, or this is all I know. This ain't all you know no more. I talk to so many folk. We've been to every major city in the hood, in the suburbs, all over the country. You know what I'm saying? And we meet a lot of people, they feel like, well, because my mama didn't experience it, my daddy, you can be the first. You can be the first in your family to experience these things. You can be the first in your family to gain it. I think about my 3-year-old daughter now. I'm like, for one, she gonna have scholarships to go to college. And for 2, we gonna already have that bread saved up just in case something go wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, me and my wife, we ain't just buy a house, y'all. We built a house. My girl got to choose what type of hardwood floors she wanted, what type of granite counter she wanted. You know what I'm saying? We got to build that in our 30s. My daughter, I promise you, her credit gonna be so fire. You know what I'm saying? She gonna be on a whole nother level because I'm creating a new culture. I'm instilling that in my daughter now. And I'm telling y'all, you could do the same thing.
He did that. He did that, baby. He did that. Yes. It's never too late. Number one. It's never too late. If you can get the head start, and what I mean by the head start to me is right out of high school. That's the head start. A lot of us don't do a head start right out of high school. I didn't do a head start right out of high school. My brother didn't do a head start right out of high school. You see what I'm saying? So if you got the opportunity, and I'm talking to these young folks now, if you have the opportunity to get a head start, which is going straight out of high school, going to college, doing your thing, instead of graduating from high school and going on the block because you want to make some money now, because you feel like mama and daddy can't tell me nothing because at least I graduated. No. It don't work like that. You got to keep going because you ain't going to do nothing but get older and older and older and older. Hopefully, through the grace of God, you're going to get older and older and older. I'll say that. And if you do get older and older and older, you want to make sure that you're okay. You want to make sure your family is okay. You would like to make sure that you don't have to want for nothing. Your children won't have to want for nothing. You see what I'm saying? So try to do the right thing. Do it the right thing while you're in high school, while you're in junior high, while you're in elementary school. You know, when you're 12 years old, you don't have that 21-year-old mentality no more. You just don't. You grow. You mature. Remember what I say. Remember what I say. Try to do the right thing. Because the right thing as a teenager will pay off. It will pay off in the end. I promise you it will. It'll pay off. And you'll be so proud of yourself. So proud of yourself, baby. So just try hard. Know your value. Know what you're worth. Just know you're deserving, like the gentleman said, like Jeremy said. Know you're deserving of everything that comes your way. Everything. And you will succeed. You will succeed. Hands down. So, with that being said, I have a special announcement that I'm going to make on Friday on Peachy Talks. I cannot wait to tell you guys. Cannot wait to show you guys. I mean, I'm very, very excited about it. So please make sure you tune in on Friday. And on Friday, we're going to talk about some celebrities. We're going to go back to some celebrities. Some celebrities that went broke. They went broke. Top 10 celebrities that went broke. Okay? Rappers, that is. We're going to talk about that on Friday. So, thank you all so much for joining me tonight. I really, really appreciate it. You know, there's nothing but love my way. Nothing but love my way. I appreciate y'all for supporting Peachy Tea Time so much. And I promise you, we ain't doing nothing but bigger and better things each and every day. Okay? Each and every day. So, thank you. And you already know what y'all got to do. You already know. Listen to my babies. Love you.
Peachy time. Peachy time. Peachy time. Peachy time. Peachy time.